Welcome everybody, it's Debbie O'Neill of Scrub Me Quick Designs, and today is day 6 of me opening the Diamond Press Advent calendar for 2025. It is December the 6th. I'm so excited to see what's inside December the 6th. If you didn't watch the other reveal, please go back and look at those so that you can see what you can get in this. This was still available this morning, still over on HSN, and I have that linked up in the description of the video. Now number 6 appears to be right here. So let's open this up and see what's inside. I'm using my X-Acto knife so that I can open this a little easier without tearing the door, because the doors are so cute. I don't want to mess them up. Okay, I'm going to lift that up. All right. Now this one doesn't tell us what it is, so let's see what is inside. Ooh! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, guys, it is a jar of the gold shimmer paste. Oh wow, so cute. This stuff is amazing on your projects. I cannot wait to share a project where I use this to show you. I absolutely love all of the glitter paste. Very fun. I cannot wait to share with the project. All right, so for day 6, we have the Diamond Press glitter paste, and this is the gold shimmer. It's super pretty. Look how shiny that is, okay? And it says it's 25 milliliters. And you can add all kinds of sparkle to different kinds of projects. A lot of people use this when they use stencils. And today I wanted to show you something different than just using it on a stencil, just because I like to shake things up a little bit. So we're going to open this up. I've already opened this and taken the silver lining on it. I took that off. And you want to have your spatula. These are like for mixed media, and we're going to stir this up. So you want to make sure you stir it up, get it incorporated in case it's separated a little bit, but usually you want to stir it just like I'm showing you here. And then we're going to start applying it. Now I have a piece of 4.5 by 5. I'm sorry, 4 1/4 by 5.5, A2 size. This is the white cardstock, the Nina white cardstock. It's 110-pound paper. If you use a really thin cardstock, this is not going to turn out as good. So I want you to go ahead and make sure you have at least an 85-pound cardstock, and 110 would be better. So we're going to cover this. We're going to create our own, kind of like our own sparkle paper, our own glitter paper, but instead of just using a whole sheet of glitter cardstock, we're going to create our own because we want to kind of make it more blotchy looking. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to add some of this on here. Okay, I'm just going to put a glob on there. And then we're going to take a scraper tool. You can take a spatula kind of thing, whatever you want to use. And I want you to just kind of start spreading it on. Okay. Now, you don't want complete coverage because the beauty of what we're doing is we're kind of creating our own sparkle paper, if you will. So you want it to not be completely covered. And I need a little bit more. You want to cover the whole sheet. And you just kind of scrape it down. And I'll show you here in a minute. Now you do need to have like a wet wipe or a towel or something. And I'm doing this on top of my Ranger craft mat so I don't get this all over my desktop. So make sure you've got something underneath it that you can wipe it up. Okay, so I'm going to actually take my blade, and I'm actually creating even more streaks in where we put this down, because you'll notice when we use it that it looks really cool that it's not completely covered. That's the advantage of doing it this way and not using a whole sheet of glitter, because we want it to have a little bit of that white showing through. Okay, So see what I've got here? It's not completely covered. I wanted it that way. And I just did it all in one direction. And then we're going to wipe up what we have on our mat, because like I said, it's like a glue. So it will dry up and stick to whatever you touched with it. So it is a little bit messy, but that's part of the fun. And we're going to come over here and wipe it up. See how easy it comes up off of this mat? Is perfect, because you want to get all that up before we go to the next step, which now we're going to take this and we're going to use our heat tool to dry it. And it's going to take a few seconds to do this. So we're just kind of drying it. We put it on very lightly so it dries pretty fast. We're going to flip it over and do the back. And you can see on the back, you can see where it has some of the glitter paste on the back. Don't worry about that. It doesn't matter. And you're going to see that it's curling up. That's perfectly fine. That is, we're getting the wetness out of the paper so we can die cut it. So just flip it back around and hit it with the heat again. Okay, so that should be good enough. Yep, as long as it feels dry to your touch and it is not, it doesn't feel wet, and you're not getting, see, the glitter's not coming off on my hands either. Okay, so now that we've done this part, we're going to move on to the next thing. And we're going to die cut this and make our own image. I love these background dies from Diamond Press. This is the one that had the flower, the butterfly, and the stars. And when I saw the stars, I was like, ooh, I really want to do the stars because that'll turn out really cool. I'll use my Grand Marquee, and you'll need, you know, a folder. And we're going to put this down, and you will need some washi tape to hold it on. And we're going to line this up because it's exactly, the background was exactly, the piece that we just did was 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so it's an A2 size. And we're going to do this. Just going to, want to make sure that it's holding this down well. Okay, then we're going to run it through our machine. We're going to lift this up. We're going to take our tape off. And I'm going to go ahead and slide this over and get it off of this so we can get that out of the way. Okay, so we're going to lift this up. And we're going to pop all these out. And if you want, get a tool to do that. I'm just going to use my little pokey tool to get these pieces out of here that are the extra. Okay, these we don't care about. We're not going to be using these. However, when you get to the stars, we're keeping the stars. So don't disregard, don't get rid of the stars. It's going to take a second to go through and get all the pieces. I'm going to just go ahead and hit all the stars and make a little pile of them over here because we're going to use those. Okay, so there's all my stars, and then these are just all the extra pieces that we don't need, so we can just poke those out. So now you're going to see that you have the image that you normally would have when you use this die, and we got to get it out of here. So there are some little holes that help release it, and I'm just pushing those in until I can lift this up, because I want to pull this up out of here. With the glitter paste on it, it's not stuck to your die because it's dry, but it does let it grip pretty well. So, okay. So we want to make sure that we don't have any of those little pieces still left anywhere. Okay, so we're going to set the die off to the side. We're finished with that. Now look how pretty that looks. It's kind of cool. It's got, you can see kind of the white and then the gold. And so it really looks cool. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 black cardstock. And when you set this on top of this, that's when the magic really happens. Okay. Look how pretty that looks. And you can kind of see it's not just gold glitter paper. It's got, you got the flecks of the white showing through, and it just adds so much to it. But I'm going to show you what to do to get this adhered, because we have our adhesive sheets, right? If you haven't used these yet, I'm going to show you how easy it is to use it. So this is the adhesive sheets. They come in, they had different sizes of them. This was a big pack of the 8 1/2 by 11 that I bought. So, and there's directions in that adhesive sheet. But what you want to do is you want to have a completely flat folder. I'm going to be using my Grand Marquis, so this is a Grand Marquis folder, but you could use the, you know, just the regular Marquis. But you want a completely flat one, not one that you've already used. But you're going to lift up the paper part of it, and it's going to lay, and this is the adhesive. Okay, so we're going to lay this on here, and then you're going to put this back on top, and then we're going to put it in our folder, and we're going to run it through our machine, and that is going to transfer all that adhesive to the back of your die cut. So in the instructions it shows you 2 ways. You can put it on the back of your paper first and then do your die cutting, and this way when we remove this, you'll see how it took the adhesive is now on the back of this sheet, and that makes it super easy for us to transfer it. I'm just going to set this over here out of the way. And we're going to take that 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 sheet of black cardstock, and we're going to make ourselves a beautiful card. A 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 A2 card. I've already got it folded. We're going to add it to the front of the card, and I'm just going to use my tape runner for that. Okay, so this makes a great background, but you can see now on that black how pretty that is, and you see the white shining through just kind of gives that extra oomph. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take some foam squares, and we're going to pick a few of the stars, and you can put yours wherever you want. I'm going to put one up here, but can you see that? It's hard on camera. You can see that there's quite a bit of white shining through. It just makes it very cool looking. And then we're going to take some craft foam, double-sided adhesive craft foam, and I'm going to put just a piece in the back, and I'm going to pop it up. I'm going to find the same shape, but then I'm going to pop it up. Okay, so it adds dimension to your card. So we're going to find, so there were basically 3 or 4 different sizes of the stars. So we want to find some that we can use. So this one's going to go here. It fits that star shape. And all I'm just doing is just putting that craft foam on the back. And it doesn't have to be perfectly lined up. It looks great. And then let's see, I think I want to do this star down here, one of the other bigger ones. Okay, now I am intentionally leaving some open space here in the center because that is where our sentiment is going to go and a little more decoration. Okay, and then I think I want to do this one. So this one looks good. And then you have these other stars you can just put in your stash and use them on other cards. Okay, so now we've got this. All right, so that looks cute just the way this is, right? And it's got the dimension and it looks pretty cool. However, we need to put a sentiment on here. And this is the grand that came with the Grand Marquee. This is the box set, the box card. And on this, there are some really great images. So go back and take a look at it. You'll see. But this had the word let's party. It had the word cheers. It had the word, because I thought this would be really cute. I do a little New Year's Eve dinner for some of our closest friends, and I thought it would be fun if this year I made a special invitation that I could send them. So that's what this is. So there, it has a die cut and it has the matching stamp. So I did the let's party, and I did the the bubbly, the champagne, and I did 2 glasses. So I cut those out of white cardstock, and then I used the VersaFine black ink and did the matching stamps. So I created these images to add to the card. So I'm going to I put some adhesive foam on the back of the Let's Party. And I'm just going to kind of put it over here. All right. And then the bottle, I'm going to add it kind of up here, but I'm going to use my glue for this. And where are my craft tweezers? Let's put that here. Just add some glue to it. I want it kind of like right here. Okay, I'm just pressing that down, and then I have the 2 glasses. Now I chose to leave it black and white because I think the black and white and the gold look really great. So I didn't color this in, but of course if you wanted to color yours in, you could certainly do so. But I did 2 little glasses that would be the glasses of champagne. And then I'm going to put this one kind of up here. Okay, so this is using the Diamond Press glitter paste, and it is so cool to see a different way to use the glitter paste. Hope you guys like this. Let me know, leave a comment. Have you ever tried doing this before? Is it something that you would like to try to do? We have that gold glitter paste in our advent calendar kit, so get out and use it.